Today's player feature with Keaton Siomkin. I'm Matt Bishop, and Keaton, a freshman pitcher from Cal Berkeley. And Keaton, so far you've got quite a few innings under your belt. You've been able to start. You've been able to come out of the bullpen as well. How's the Northwoods League experience been for you up to this point?
It's been pretty good so far. I struggled in my first couple of starts. I'm just kind of getting used to everything and just had some mechanical issues, but feeling pretty good now. And my last start was pretty solid, and just come out this Saturday again and throw well and see how it goes from there.
I wanted to ask you about that because your last start was great, undoubtedly your best start of the season. What did you change maybe from a previous start to that one that really led to your success out there in the Hill?
It was just really controlling the fastball. We threw maybe 80-90% fastballs, locating and just not trying to do too much with it. That's pretty much the name of the game is, when you start trying to throw hard, it flattens out, and I was just trying to get movement and get ground balls instead of trying to strike guys out. So
let's go backtrack a little bit to your freshman season at Cal, playing at a big school, a big conference. The Pac-12 produced the national champion this year in Arizona. As a freshman, you made quite a few appearances. How was your freshman season and just your overall college experience year one?
It was pretty good. I ended up with a pretty solid ERA. I was happy with the innings that I threw, and I got some really cool experience. Got to throw at Nebraska and Texas, and it was pretty cool throwing in front of a bunch of fans. It's not 200, it's 5,000, so that was pretty cool. But overall, just the adjustment throwing from high school hitters to college hitters, it's a lot different. These guys are a lot stronger, a lot faster, and so it definitely takes some getting used to. But I'm definitely excited for this next season.
What is one of the things that you noticed? You mentioned strength a little bit, going from high school to college, and not just any college, but Cal, a team that has made the NCAA tournament and that plays in a tough conference. What were some of the adjustments you had to make as a high school pitcher going into being a college pitcher?
Pretty much you just have to limit your mistakes. Missing with the ball up can't really happen. High school, you can get away with it. You can get a guy to pop up. In college, if you leave a ball up, it gets hammered into the gap. Mm-hmm. So I think that's the biggest difference is just your amount of mistakes you're allowed. You can sneak one in here and there, but usually if you miss, it gets hit pretty hard.
Mm-hmm. You're not the only Cal Golden Bear on this team, of course, playing with Chris Paul, who's seen a lot of time and had some success this year as well. When you go from California to Minnesota, obviously not the easiest transition, I would have to assume. How much does it help to have a guy who you're used to and who you played a whole season with along with you in this experience?
It's nice to have another California guy out here, someone that I know, but the team's awesome. Everyone gets along well, and everyone sticks together out here, and you always have someone to hang out with, come over, whatever. So it's nice having them here, but the team's pretty cool as well, and everyone gets along really well.
Were you surprised by how quick that gel kind of happened with these guys? I noticed it 10 games in how gelled you guys were, and was that something that surprised you? And obviously a lot of guys from a lot of different schools, a lot of different parts of the country coming together.
Yeah, definitely. My first 5 games here, we were already all together, family, and we all knew each other's names, hanging out, and everyone could, be with each other, no issues. So I was surprised, how well we get together, and we haven't won too many games lately, and the team just clicks so well. So, they'll definitely start falling in here pretty soon, and with a team like this that gets along as good as we do, I'm surprised we're not winning as much as we are.
This year in the Northwoods League, is there maybe one area of your game as a pitcher that you're really trying to focus on as far as, is it a certain pitch? Is it something with your mechanics? What's one area you're really trying to focus on here this summer?
Throwing strikes. That is the biggest thing. If you're out here throwing strikes, then you're going to get outs. You just got to get them to put the ball in play, and you'll be fine. So that's something our team has struggled with a little bit lately. And so, if you go out there and pump strikes, then, good things will happen. You might get hit around a little bit, but at least you're not putting free guys on base. Mm-hmm. So I think that's the biggest thing out here is, just throw a lot of strikes.
What is it meant to have Augie Rodriguez as a field manager on this team? I've talked to a lot of pitchers so far this year, and I always want to ask him this question because you're a pitcher playing on a team coached by a former pitcher who's played at very high levels all over the world. What does it mean to have Augie as your field manager, and how much has he helped you already this season?
Augie's awesome. I love him to death. He's helped me so much already. I love the mentality he brings to the game, and it's pretty relaxed, and he's always with you. And anytime you need help, he'll catch with you. You can do whatever you want. And he's already helped me this year. Just figuring out a couple mechanical errors that have been leaving my ball up, and So he's helped me out with that and just getting me dialed in, and he's always there willing to work, and he just I feel like he thinks we're his kids. He treats us that way, so he really treats us good, and yeah, he's a great coach.
So far this season, what's the competition level been like compared to playing at Cal in the Pac-12?
It's pretty close. There's obviously the freak guys in the pack that are big and strong and will throw hard, and we haven't seen too much velocity here, but it's definitely pretty close. So it's hard to tell. I'm a pitcher, so the hitting is pretty much the same, but then you also have to think aluminum bats and wood bats, and that's a big difference too. Kids coming out of college swinging aluminum bats and going out to wood, and the hitting's obviously going to change. So, but the competition out here is really good.
Now, it's been pretty much a staple in the Rocks dugout, especially as of late, to see you and Andy Urban on the edge doing whatever it is you guys do to try to pump up this team. That just something that comes out with your personality. You and Andy kind of feed off each other, because every time I look down from the press box, I see you two guys out there on the edge.
Yeah, me and Andy get along pretty well, and we like to pump up the team, and I do as much as I can out on the mound, not trying to do too much, but I try and be the loudest one in that dugout, getting everyone pumped up, because that's where you can do more. Mm-hmm. That's where you can pump up the team. You can get everyone gelled with one guy. If someone's not throwing strikes, you get the team with him, get him back on track. So I feel like when I'm not pitching, because I throw once a week, that's where I can help out the team on my off time. So I try and be as loud and as vocal and annoying as I can in there.
Keaton Siomkin, pitcher from Cal, having a great year so far. Keaton, thanks so much for your time. Good luck so far. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.